Hey everyone, Ben back from Living Survival, and today we're going to take a look at a sweet light from Nitecore, a great search and rescue light or a hunting light. It definitely shoots a beam quite a ways and has a pretty small form factor for how bright it is and for how far it shoots out. We're going to take a look at some of the details. We'll also take a look at some of the night shots coming up right now on Living Survival. So this is the Nitecore P30i, a great light for search and rescue, a great hunting light. You can see it has this huge reflector on the front, meaning that it is going to shine a light quite a distance, 1,000 meters in fact, at 2,000 lumens at its brightest. So it is quite bright and it reaches out quite far. So the spot on it is pretty small. You're not going to get a whole lot of flood from this, but a great light when you want to reach out and, you know, search through woods. Or for me, I've been taking it ice fishing. I can see all the way across the lake. I can see different ice houses. And so for a light that reaches out, it's a really nice light. And of course, it's built to Nitecore's quality. They always have quality products. It is weather resistant, dust resistant, drop resistant, and all that good stuff. The P30i has this huge smooth reflector, and it's running an XHP 35 high LED, again capable of up to 2,000 lumens. So huge reflector on the front, and then it tapers down to the tube, which holds a 21-700 5,000 milliamp battery. Again, you're going to get pretty good run times on this guy. You do have a single mode button on here, and then on the back you have a tail cap, and that's also where the USB charging port is. It is also USB-C, so I really like that. I'm trying to convert most of my stuff over to USB-C. The light also does come with a magazine that you could hold two CR123s in there, or the rechargeable CR123s, so that's an option as well, but it does come with that beefy 21-700 5,000 milliamp battery. So charging the light is super simple. The USB-C in the tail cap, you can actually fold over this dust cover so it stays open there. You're going to get a blinking light when it's charging, and that light will stay solid when it's fully charged. The charge indicator on the back of the light will also give you a voltage reading when you unplug the USB. So you're going to get some flashes. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3.8 volts is what we're currently at. Let's unscrew the tail cap and take a look at the battery. It is a proprietary battery. Now for me, that's not that big of a deal because I just charge the battery in my light when I need it and replace it when needed. But for those of you that like to have extra light, you would need to buy the same battery for it to work in this flashlight. The P30i has 5 different modes, including 2 special modes. It has an SOS and a beacon. No strobe on the light as it stands. You can, however, get the pressure switch that will plug into the USB, and then that will allow you to do strobe. So those of you that want strobe just built in the light, this one doesn't have it. Again, if you're weapon mounting this or something and you had the pressure switch, that does enable the strobe. Operation is super straightforward. You've got your momentary tail switch here. So if we just momentary it, it's going to go back to the memory of the last brightness level that you had it on. So we can just momentary that, or of course we can depress it all the way and we can turn the light on. Once the light is on, you cycle through the modes with the front button here. So just a single press and it's going to go through all the modes. So we have a 6 lumen mode, an 85 lumen mode, a 385 lumen mode, a 1,000 lumen mode, and then on up to its brightest, which is 2,000 lumens, and that is screaming bright. It does have direct access to that turbo by holding down the front button, so you have direct access right to that turbo mode, which is nice. So direct access to your memory and direct access to your turbo mode. So we could turn this on the lowest mode, for example. There we go, the 6 lumen mode, and then we would have direct momentary to our 6 lumen, and then of course to our 2,000 lumen. To access the special modes, again, super easy. You just triple click the mode button, so 1, 2, 3, and we're into the special modes. Here we have the beacon. You hold it down and you'll get into the other mode. So there's our SOS. Hold it down again, we can get back to our beacon, and then just depress it one time and it'll turn off. So super straightforward operation, real easy to put it in whatever memorized mode you want. If you want it in the memorized highest mode, you can do that. So we can go all the way up to our highest mode, and then we could momentary that highest mode, no problem, or we could direct access that from the front. So generally what I will do is I'll just leave the light in its lowest mode, That way I have quick access to the lowest level, you know, helpful for in the car, for example, finding things. And then if I need to reach out real quick, I can access that turbo mode. You can also access that turbo mode at any time when the light's on, simply by holding down the front button. Now, it will stay on that for 30 seconds, and then it'll go back to the mode that you had it on. Run times on this light are pretty good with that big beefy battery in there. You've got 2,000 lumens. That's going to run for 30 minutes. Now, I didn't see how long it would take before it stepped down. It didn't step down on me in any of my testing. However, if it did overheat, it would step down. I'm not sure there's an actual time limit on that. Again, I didn't run it at full power to see how long it took. It lasted for everything that I needed, you know, for a quick search or quick survey, or just when I, you know, was testing the brightness of the light. I had no issues with it stepping down, as you do a lot of other lights. Speaking of stepping down, the next mode down is 1,000 lumens, and that is going to run for an hour 30. Below that is 385 lumens. That's going to run for 4 hours. 85 lumen mode, that's going to run for 18 hours, and then the lowest, the 6 lumen mode, that's going to run for 100 hours. So again, as used for like a survival light or an emergency light, you're going to get a lot of runtime at those lower levels. As for the night shots, it was really windy out, so I did take this out to the park and I shined it across several distances. I tried to pick up the distance in which this light would throw. It's pretty difficult to do that with a flashlight sometimes, and again, it was really windy, so I couldn't really talk. But basically, I just drove around the park and shined it at different things at its brightest, and hopefully the camera picks that up. So pros for the light is that it's super bright for its form factor. You've got this nice small form factor, fits great in the hand, and you are able to reach out quite a ways with that super bright reflector. Super easy to use with the instant access to your brightest, instant access to whatever memory you have it on. I also like that it's USB Type-C rechargeable, and of course it has Nitecore's durability and dustproof and water rating. Only a couple cons for this light. The first one being is that there's no strobe without the pressure switch, so those of you that like strobe on the flashlight, again, you can't get it without hooking up the pressure switch. And then the final con would be that there is no lanyard hole on this. So those of you that like a lanyard hole or a lanyard, there is no spot to put one on this particular light. But overall, I really like it. It serves its purpose really well. If you're looking for a light that, you know, is going to reach out and be able to shine across distances or be able to locate things in the distance, this is definitely a great light, something that's not overly big, something that, you know, you could certainly throw in a pack or just leave in the glove box of the car, leave it in the boat, the ATV, you know, wherever you think you may need a light like this. Definitely quite bright for the size of the light. I like the fact that it's got the big battery in it, so it does have decent run times. And again, overall operation is pretty simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Give it a big thumbs up for me. Leave me that comment below and let me know what you guys think of the P30i. Every time you comment, like, or share, it definitely helps the Google algorithm and helps me out quite a bit. Those are all free to do. Another thing that's free to do is clicking that subscribe button. So if you're not subscribed, as many of you aren't, a lot of people watch my reviews, but they don't click that subscribe button. So if you would take a moment, click that red subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.